Introduction: An amazing way to deal with change in your life. Hello friends, welcome to An Amazing Way to Deal with Change in Your Life. I'm so thrilled you've chosen to embark on this journey with me. For years, I've dedicated my life to understanding how we navigate the ever-shifting sands of life. I've seen people thrive amidst chaos and watched others crumble under the weight of unexpected changes. And I've learned one undeniable truth: change is inevitable, but our response to it is not. This book isn't just another collection of motivational platitudes. It's a simple, powerful story designed to help you understand and embrace change, turning it from a source of anxiety into an opportunity for growth. Through an engaging narrative, relatable characters, and practical insights, you'll discover how to not only survive change, but to actively seek it out and use it to your advantage. We all face change, whether we like it or not. It could be a new job, a change in relationships, unexpected financial challenges, or simply the realization that what once worked for us no longer does. How we react to these changes defines our success, our happiness, and ultimately, our lives. Inside these pages, you'll meet Maya and Ravi, two friends facing different kinds of transitions. Maya is struggling with a stagnant career, feeling trapped and unfulfilled. Ravi, on the other hand, has been unexpectedly let go from his job after many years. Their paths diverge in response to these challenges, highlighting dramatically different approaches to dealing with the uncertain. Through their experiences, you'll see yourself reflected, discover common pitfalls, and learn effective strategies for navigating your own personal changes. This book offers you a roadmap to understand the nature of change, recognize why change is so difficult, and how to overcome your natural resistance. Discover your change personality. Identify your default reaction to change. Are you a reactor, a resistor, or a seeker? And understand its impact. Develop a proactive mindset. Learn to anticipate change, rather than simply reacting to it. Embrace flexibility and adaptability. Cultivate the skills needed to navigate uncertainty with grace and confidence. Identify opportunities hidden within change. See change not as a threat but as a catalyst for growth and new possibilities. Build resilience in the face of adversity. Develop the mental and emotional fortitude to bounce back from setbacks. No matter what kind of transition you are facing, An Amazing Way to Deal with Change in Your Life can provide you with the tools and insights you need to not only survive, but thrive. It's a little book with a big message. Change doesn't have to be scary. It can be an adventure. Are you ready to embrace the journey? Let's begin. All right, champion. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the exhilarating, sometimes terrifying, but always transformative world of change. Chapter 1: The Unexpected Turn, A New Path Unveiled. Imagine this. You're cruising down a familiar road. You know every bump, every turn, every landmark. It's your comfort zone, your safe space. You're practically on autopilot. Maybe you're heading to that same job you've had for years. Maybe you're pursuing a relationship that's felt solid and predictable. Whatever it is, it's your normal. And then, bam! The road veers off, morphs, changes entirely. A detour sign screams in your face. A landslide blocks your path. Suddenly, the familiar is gone. You're staring at something completely new, something unexpected. How does that feel? A little shaky? Maybe your stomach does flips? That's perfectly normal, my friend. That initial jolt of surprise, that wave of discomfort, it's all part of the human experience. We are creatures of habit. We crave stability. When that rug gets pulled out from under us, it's natural to feel off balance. Think about it like this. Imagine you're a talented artist, painting a beautiful landscape on a canvas. You've poured your heart and soul into every detail. You're almost finished when, poof, the canvas changes. It's a different size, a different shape, maybe even a different material. At first, you might feel defeated. All that work, you might cry. How can I possibly finish my masterpiece now? That's the unexpected turn. That's life throwing a curveball. Maybe you get passed over for a promotion you deserved. Maybe your business hits a snag. Maybe a personal relationship takes an unforeseen twist. It's life reminding us that the only constant is change itself. The important thing to remember is this: that new road, that new canvas, isn't necessarily bad. Is simply different. And sometimes, those unexpected turns, those disruptive moments, can lead us to places we never dreamed possible. It's the start of a new adventure, a chance to learn, to grow, to become an even stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. So don't panic. Take a deep breath. We're going to navigate this together. We'll learn how to embrace that unexpected turn and turn it into your personal turning point. All right, champions, let's dive headfirst into Chapter 2, Frozen in Fear, Why We Resist the Inevitable. Think about it. A comforting blanket on a chilly morning, your favorite worn-out shoes, that route to work you could drive with your eyes closed. Familiar, right? Safe, even. But what happens when that blanket gets a hole, those shoes wear out, or that route gets blocked? We freeze. Fear, my friends, is a sneaky little critter. It whispers lies in your ear, telling you that the unknown is terrifying, that the familiar is always better, that any change is a personal attack on your comfort zone. Fear is the reason you stay in a job you hate, the reason you skip on opportunities that could be great, the reason you don't take the leap of faith. Why do we resist the inevitable? Let's break it down. 1. The fear of the unknown. It's the big one. Our brains are wired for survival. Uncertainty feels like a threat. We can't predict what will happen, and that lack of control scares us silly. Think about learning to ride a bike. Wobbly, terrifying, scraped knees. The unknown was falling, but you kept going, and now, freedom. 2. The comfort of the familiar. Familiarity. It's like a warm bath. Even if that bath water is lukewarm and a little dirty, it's comfortable. Leaving that comfort, even for something potentially amazing, requires effort. It's inertia at its finest. Imagine Jake, who's been the company's accountant for 15 years. He does good work, but the job doesn't excite him anymore. He dreams of opening his own bakery. The fear keeps him chained to his desk, because baking? That's unpredictable, stressful, and maybe he wouldn't succeed, but the comfort is killing his soul. 3. The perceived loss of control. When change happens to us, it can feel like we're losing control. A new boss, a company restructure, a shift in the market, it messes with our sense of stability. It feels like someone else is steering the ship. Lisa, a teacher for 9 years, gets a new principal who loves innovation and technology. Lisa is used to her traditional chalk and talk style. The new principal says Lisa must use interactive whiteboards and new teaching software. She feels her control over her classroom slipping away. Now, what resistance patterns do you recognize in yourself? Do you make excuses? Do you procrastinate? Do you become overly critical? Identifying your resistance is the first step to shattering it. So dig deep, be honest, and get ready to unlock your potential. Because, believe me, champions, you are capable of so much more than freezing in fear. All right, champions, get ready to unleash your inner power because we're diving into Chapter 3. The choice is yours. React or respond. Too often, life throws a curveball, and bam, we react. It's like autopilot kicks in, and suddenly we're knee-deep in fear, frustration, or denial. Ever felt that gut-wrenching feeling when your favorite coffee shop suddenly closes down? Your first instinct might be anger. How dare they? Or maybe you're in denial, thinking, they'll be back, it's just a temporary thing. That's reacting, people. It's an emotional knee-jerk, often fueled by fear of the unknown. Now let's flip the script. Responding is different. It's about consciously choosing your actions. That same coffee shop closes? Instead of raging, you take a deep breath and think, okay, this is unexpected. What are my alternatives? Maybe I can explore new coffee spots, learn to make my own perfect brew, or even support a local roaster. That's responding. It's acceptance, planning, and adaptation, all rolled into one powerful punch. Reacting is letting the situation control you. Responding is seizing control and steering your own ship. Think of it like this. Imagine you're driving and suddenly a detour appears. Your immediate reaction might be to slam on the brakes, honk in frustration, and complain about the inconvenience. But a response would be to calmly assess the detour route, adjust your GPS, and continue your journey, maybe even discovering a scenic route you never knew existed. Remember, change is inevitable, but misery is optional. It all boils down to choice. Are you going to let change dictate your emotions and actions? Or are you going to take the driver's seat, and navigate it with grace and resilience. The power is always in your hands. Choose wisely, my friends. Choose to respond. Choose to adapt. Choose to thrive. All right, champion, buckle up, because in this chapter, Spotting the Signals, Anticipating Tomorrow's Shift, we're going to learn how to become change-anticipating ninjas. Ready to level up your life? Let's go! Have you ever been totally blindsided by something? A project gets canceled. A relationship shifts. A new technology makes your skills obsolete. Bam! It feels like you've been sucker-punched by life itself. But here's the truth. Rarely is change a complete surprise. There are usually signs, signals whispering, sometimes shouting, if we only learn to listen. Think of it like the weather. Before a thunderstorm, you see dark clouds rolling in, feel the air get thick and heavy, and maybe even hear a distant rumble of thunder. Those are signals. Ignoring them means getting drenched. The same goes for life. In your professional life, pay attention to budget cuts, shifting priorities from your leaders, or maybe whispers around the water cooler about a new competitor shaking things up. Maybe your key clients are suddenly slow to respond, or your company is acquiring new ventures into uncharted territories. These are all clues. On a personal level, it might be a friend starting to avoid you, a partner becoming distant, or even your own internal feelings of dissatisfaction growing stronger. It could be signals from your own body, like fatigue or persistent health concerns. Real-life example. John, a software developer, noticed his company was investing heavily in AI. Instead of dismissing it as a fad, he took online courses to learn the basics. When his role started to shift towards AI integration, John was ready. He didn't wait for the axe to fall. He sharpened his own. The key is awareness, my friend. Pay attention! Don't just passively exist. Actively observe. Ask yourself these questions. What's changing around me? What are people saying? What do my gut feelings tell me? This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prepared. Spotting the signals is about giving yourself time to react, adapt, and even leverage the change to your advantage. So open your eyes, tune your ears, and trust your intuition. The future is talking. Are you listening? Now go out there and be the change-anticipating ninja you were always meant to be. All right, champions, buckle up, because this is where the rubber meets the road. Chapter 5, Letting Go of the Old, Making Room for the New. Listen up, friends. Are you dragging around old baggage? We're talking about those worn-out beliefs, those energy-draining habits, and maybe even those friendships that feel more like obligations with big bills. You know, the ones that make you feel you owe them something, but you actually don't. Think of your life like a beautiful garden. If you don't pull out the weeds, those outdated beliefs, negative habits, the gorgeous flowers, your dreams, your potential, won't have room to bloom. I want to see your garden flourish, not choked up by weeds. Why is this so hard? Because letting go feels like a loss. It is natural. We get comfortable with what we know, even if it's making us miserable. We think, but I've always done it this way, or what if I need this someday? But that someday mentality is a trap. It's hoarding experiences. Here's the reality. Holding on to what was prevents you from creating what can be. It blocks the path to new opportunities and a happier, more fulfilled you. So, how do we start decluttering? Think both inner and outer life. Mental spaces and physical spaces. Start by decluttering the physical. Donate clothes you haven't worn in a year. Clear out the junk drawer. A clean space creates a clear mind. Throw away old resentments. Forgive others. Forgive yourself too. Next, tackle the mental clutter. What limiting beliefs are holding you back? Do you believe you're not good enough? Not smart enough? Not deserving of success? Stop it! Those beliefs are dead weight. Question those beliefs. Are they true? Were these beliefs made upon real or imaginary scenarios? Replace them with empowering affirmations. I am capable. I am worthy. I am resilient. Program yourself for success. Finally, evaluate your relationships. Are there people in your life who consistently bring you down? People who drain your energy and make you feel bad about yourself? It's okay to distance yourself. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who support your dreams. This isn't always easy, I know. But trust me, The freedom you'll feel after letting go is incredible. It's like taking a deep breath of fresh air after being stuck in a stuffy room. So start today, one small step at a time. Declutter your space, declutter your mind, declutter your relationships, and watch as amazing new things bloom in your life. What are you waiting for? Go out there and create the incredible life you deserve. Let go now. All right, champions, get ready to rumble with reality. Because in this chapter, we're diving headfirst into the exhilarating, sometimes terrifying, always transformative ocean of the unknown. Chapter 6, Embracing the Unknown, Stepping into Uncertainty. Let's get one thing straight right now. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It's not a monster lurking under your bed. It's an opportunity in disguise. Yeah, I said it. Picture it like this. You're standing at the edge of a dense forest. You know the path you've always taken ends right here. Do you stay put, comfortable in the familiar, knowing everything is exactly as it always has been and will be? Or do you take a deep breath and step into the woods? That forest? That's uncertainty, baby. And inside, endless possibilities, new paths, hidden treasures, breathtaking views you never even imagined. Why do we fear it so much? Because it's unknown. Our brains are hardwired to seek safety, to stick with what we know. It's a survival mechanism. But guess what? We're not just surviving anymore, we're thriving. And thriving requires venturing outside our comfort zones. Think of Marco, a fantastic chef who was known for his classic Italian dishes. He was brilliant, no doubt, he was making a great living, and people loved his food. But there was this new modern style that was showing up everywhere. At first, he brushed it off, saying it was just a fad. But it kept growing and growing. Many of his customers started going elsewhere. Marco knew he needed to change, so he began reading, taking classes, and watching countless videos, all to educate himself about this new style of cooking. At first, he had multiple complete failures, but instead of going back to what he always did, he kept pushing forward. After 6 months, he had updated his entire menu, and the restaurant was fuller than ever. So how do we manage the anxiety that bubbles up when facing the unknown? Acknowledge it. Don't pretend you're not scared. Feeling anxious is normal. Say it out loud. I'm feeling anxious about this, and that's okay. Challenge your thoughts. Are your fears based on facts or just stories you're telling yourself? Are you catastrophizing? Everything will fall apart. Will it really? Break it down. A huge, undefined project feels overwhelming. Chop it into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on the first step and then the next. Focus on what you can control. You can't control the outcome, but you can control your effort, your attitude, and your preparation. Practice mindfulness. Ground yourself in the present moment. Take deep breaths. Meditate. Focus on your senses. Most importantly, remember this. Resilience is built in the face of adversity. Every time you step into the unknown, you get stronger, more confident, more adaptable. You prove to yourself that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Marco did, and so can you. The world is waiting for your unique brilliance. Don't let fear hold you back. Embrace the unknown, step into uncertainty, and unleash your full potential. Let's go. All right, champion, let's dive into Chapter 7. The Power of Perspective. Reframing challenges as opportunities. Listen up, because this is where we turn lemons into lemonade, setbacks into springboards, and oh no's into here we goes. Seriously, your perspective is your superpower. You get to choose how you see things. Ever stub your toe against the furniture? Ouch. Initially, it's anger, frustration, maybe a little self-pity. But what if you reframed it? Maybe it's a reminder to slow down, be more mindful, or perhaps time to declutter that room. See? Power of perspective. Let's say your project at work gets canceled. Bummer, right? You invested time and energy. Now, instead of dwelling on the wasted effort, reframe it. What did you learn during the project? What new skills did you acquire? Maybe this frees you up for an even better opportunity that's about to appear. Perhaps it is a lesson to identify which projects are worth pursuing in the future. Reframing is about consciously choosing to look for the hidden gems in every situation. It's like being an emotional treasure hunter. Ask yourself, what good can come of this? What can I learn? How can I grow? Remember young Alex who got turned down for his dream job? Devastating for sure, but instead of sinking into despair, he asked himself, why? He realized his interview skills needed work. He took a public speaking course, practiced with friends, and ultimately landed an even better job 6 months later. The initial rejection became the catalyst for huge growth. Stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. View challenges as opportunities in disguise. Reframing isn't about denying the difficulty. It's about empowering yourself to overcome it with a positive, proactive mindset. The world reflects your attitude. Shift your perspective, and you'll shift your reality. Now go out there and reframe your world. You got this. All right, champion. Are you ready to dig deep? In this chapter, we're not just talking about surviving change. We're talking about thriving through it. We're going to find your true north, that inner compass that guides you, no matter how wild the winds of change blow. Chapter 8. Building your inner compass. Discovering your true north. Think of a ship at sea. Without a compass, it's lost, tossed around by every wave. You, my friend, are the captain of your ship, and your true north is that inner compass. It's built from your core values, your unique strengths, and your burning purpose. When the storms of change rage, your true north will keep you on course. Identifying your core values. What truly matters to you? Not what society tells you should matter, but what resonates deep within your soul. Is it honesty, creativity, family, adventure? Make a list, no matter how long. Then, circle the top 3. These are your non-negotiables. Use these as your guide when making decisions. One example. Imagine a job offer with high pay but requires you to compromise your integrity. Knowing honesty is a core value, you'll feel more confident to say no, aligning always with your true north. Unearthing your strengths. What are you naturally good at? What do people compliment you on? Are you a fantastic problem solver? Are you incredible at connecting with people? Maybe you have a knack for writing or teaching. Your strengths are your superpowers. When you leverage them, you feel energized and fulfilled. Imagine Alex, who always felt drained at his accounting job. Although there is nothing wrong with it, he discovered through volunteer work that he was a gifted communicator. He explored teaching workshops and found immense satisfaction. He decided to switch his career to educating people on finance. By using his true strength, he discovered a better path for himself. Defining your purpose. This is the big one. What impact do you want to make on the world? What gets you out of bed in the morning, even when the alarm clock screams? Maybe your purpose is to inspire others, create art, or make a difference in your community. It doesn't have to be huge. Even small acts, aligned with a strong purpose, can create ripples of positive change. If someone's purpose is to help other people, for instance, giving donation to charities or helping neighbors can be a great reflection of his/her true north. Once you identify these 3 pillars, values, strengths, and purpose, you'll have a solid foundation for making decisions that align with your authentic self. Your inner compass will lead you through the change, guiding you even when you can't see the shore. Now, go out there and navigate like the champion I know you are. All right, champion, let's dive headfirst into Chapter 9, The Adaptable Mindset, Cultivating Flexibility and Resilience. Listen up, life throws curveballs. It's messy, unpredictable, and constantly changing. You can either get flattened by the chaos, or you can learn to dance in the rain. The secret ingredient? An adaptable mindset. Think of a bamboo tree. It sways in the wind, bends, but rarely breaks. That's resilience, baby. It's not about being invincible. It's about bouncing back from setbacks, learning from them, and coming back stronger. How do we build this adaptable muscle? First, ditch the rigid thinking. A fixed mindset tells you, I'm not good at this, and then stops you from even trying. We're going for a growth mindset. This says, I'm not good at this yet, but I can learn. It's all about believing in your potential to develop new skills. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, see it as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do things differently next time? Cultivating flexibility. Challenge your assumptions. Are you holding on to beliefs that are holding you back? Question them. Embrace experimentation. Try new things, even if they scare you a little. Step outside your comfort zone to see what amazing adventures are waiting for you. Listen actively. Be open to different perspectives. You don't have to agree, but try to understand where they're coming from. You might just learn something new. Turn problems into challenges. The language we use shapes our thinking. Instead of saying, "This is impossible," say, "How can I approach the problem differently?" Building resilience. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you make mistakes. Everyone does. Build a strong support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and lift you up. Focus on what you can control. You can't control the weather, but you can control your attitude and your actions. Take care of your physical and mental health. Eat well, exercise, get enough sleep, and practice mindfulness. A healthy body and mind are essential for bouncing back from stress. This isn't some overnight miracle cure, my friend. It's a journey. Be patient with yourself, celebrate small victories, and never stop learning. Develop the bamboo mindset, and prepare to stand tall and proud for the rest of your life. You've got this. All right, champion. Get ready to blast through your comfort zone. Chapter 10, here we come. Taking calculated risks, stepping outside your comfort zone. Listen, life's not a spectator sport. You can't win if you don't play. And playing often means taking risks. Not reckless gambles, mind you, but calculated risks. The difference? A calculated risk is like scouting the terrain before you climb the mountain. A reckless gamble is just leaping blindly and hoping for the best. Spoiler alert, that rarely works. Why is stepping outside your comfort zone so vital? Because that's where the magic happens. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. Staying snugly tucked away in your familiar routine is like keeping a Ferrari parked in your garage. It's got potential, but it's not going anywhere. However, how do you take a calculated risk? Well, the first thing is, you have to assess it. Don't just dive in head first. Ask yourself, what's the potential upside? What's the possible downside? And most importantly, what's really the worst that could happen? Surprisingly, many times the worst-case scenario isn't as scary as our imagination makes it out to be. Think of it like this. Imagine you want to start your own small business of photography. You know you are one of the best in the town, but you are working for someone else. The risk here is that you will move to a new sector by leaving the sure source of income and start doing something new that you were previously doing as a hobby. Now, minimizing the downsides. Plan. Do your research. Can you start small and make it part-time? Can you get some consultation or business knowledge from those who did similar business? Can you save money up front? Mitigate. Can you build a website or showcase your photography in existing online store? Finally, embrace failure. This one's huge. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone towards it. Every mistake is a lesson learned. Every stumble teaches you how to get back up stronger. Like Thomas Edison said about inventing the light bulb, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." So, when you inevitably face setbacks, and you will, look at them as valuable feedback. Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. Just make sure you know where you're leaping to, and that you are prepared for the possibility of a less-than-perfect landing. Get out there, assess, mitigate, learn, and conquer. You got this. Now go! Okay, buckle up, because we're diving into Chapter 11, Seeking Support, Building a Network of Allies. Listen, change can feel like being lost in a maze, right? Totally disorienting. But guess what? You don't have to go it alone. You are not an island. Building a strong support system is like having a map, a compass, and a team of amazing people cheering you on. It's about remembering that even Wonder Woman needed the Justice League. Why is this important? Because honestly, trying to navigate huge life shifts all by yourself is a recipe for burnout. We need connection. We need to bounce ideas, get encouragement, and sometimes just have someone listen without judgment. So how do you build this amazing network? First, think about the different types of support you need. Mentors. Look for people who have already navigated similar changes. Maybe it's someone who successfully transitioned careers, started their own business, or moved to a new country. Don't be afraid to reach out. Most people are flattered to be asked for advice. Think of it like this: Daniel reaching out to Mr. Miyagi. Peers. Connect with people who are going through similar experiences. This can be in your workplace, a hobby group, an online forum, anywhere you find like-minded individuals. Imagine two students, both tackling the same tough exam. They support each other, share notes, and celebrate each other's wins. Friends and family, don't underestimate the power of your existing relationships. Sometimes, all you need is a listening ear and a hug from someone who knows you best. Experts/professionals, sometimes you might need specialized help. A therapist, coach, financial advisor, these professionals can provide guidance and support when you need it most. And how do you actually build these relationships? 3 words. Don't be shy. Be proactive. Reach out. Attend events. Join groups. Send that email. Be genuine. Offer value. Don't just take, give back. Offer assistance. Share your knowledge. Be a good listener. Be vulnerable. Open up. Sharing your struggles helps build trust and allows others to support you. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It means you're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. It's like a marathon runner accepting water from a support team. It doesn't make them less of an athlete. It helps them finish the race stronger. Do not hesitate. Go out of your comfort zone and seek help. Now go out there and build your unstoppable network. You got this. I believe in you. All right, champions. Let's do this. You've come so far, and now we're tackling a huge one. Patience. Chapter 12. The Art of Patience. Trusting the Process. Listen up. Change isn't a microwave dinner. It's more like that amazing slow-cooked brisket your grandma makes. It needs time. It requires patience. And let me tell you, impatience is the thief of joy. It'll have you focusing on what you don't have yet, instead of celebrating how far you've come. Think about it. You plant a seed, you don't yank it up every day to see if it's growing, right? You trust that with the right water, the right sunlight, it will sprout. Life is the same. You've planted the seeds of change. Now nurture them. My friend Alex was stuck in a job he hated. He wanted to be a graphic designer badly, but he felt like he was making zero progress. Every rejection stung. He was ready to throw in the towel, convinced he just didn't have it. That's when I sat him down, looked him in the eye, and said, "Alex, Rome wasn't built in a day. Each rejection is a lesson. Each small project is a stepping stone. Be patient with yourself." He took my advice. He started celebrating the small wins. Landing a freelance gig, getting positive feedback on his portfolio, even just learning a new software trick. He stopped focusing on the end result and started loving the journey. And guess what? He's now a thriving freelance designer. Patience doesn't mean sitting back and waiting. It means actively working toward your goal, one step at a time, while trusting that the universe is working with you. It means being kind to yourself when you stumble. It means understanding that setbacks are inevitable, but they are not fatal. So the next time you feel that familiar frustration creeping in, take a deep breath. Remind yourself of your why. Acknowledge how far you have come, and celebrate those small victories. They are proof that you're on the right track. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Greatness takes time. You've got this. Now go get 'em. All right, friends, champions, future world changers. Let's dive into something absolutely crucial. Learning from the journey. Documenting your transformation. You've adapted, you've grown, you've faced the music and danced. But the story doesn't end there. The real gold is in understanding how you got to where you are. Think of it like this. You climbed a mountain. Awesome, right? But what good is that summit if you don't remember the path, the challenges, the near stumbles? That's where documentation comes in. I'm not talking about writing a novel unless you want to. I'm talking about capturing the essence of your transformation. It's about creating your own personalized change playbook. How do you do this? Simple. Grab a journal, open a Word document, or even use voice notes on your phone. Doesn't matter how, just start. Here are some questions to kickstart your reflection. What was my biggest fear going into this change? Be honest. Naming the fear is half the battle. What strategies did I use to overcome that fear? Did you try visualization? Did you lean on a friend? What worked? What was the biggest surprise, positive or negative, during the process? Things rarely go exactly as planned. What unexpected lessons did you learn? Who were my biggest supporters? Recognizing those who cheered you on helps you understand your support system. What skills did I develop or strengthen? Did you become more resilient, a better communicator? Identify those superpowers. What would I do differently next time? No regrets, just lessons. What tweaks would make the journey smoother? Let's say John was a fantastic software developer but dreaded public speaking. The company decided to let developer talk about new product. John was scared to present in front of everyone. He did document his experience. He was so afraid when the company decided to let him talk. However, he practiced every night. He learned a better way to structure the presentation to make it flow. He even incorporated humor. Document your experience, friends. Your transformation isn't just a moment. It's a treasure trove of knowledge waiting to be unlocked. Documenting it is making a roadmap for yourself and maybe someday for others. Now go out there and document. The world needs your story. Okay, friend, get ready to amp up the good because we're diving into Chapter 14, Paying It Forward, Sharing Your Wisdom with Others. Listen, you've navigated choppy waters, you've learned, you've grown, and now you have something unbelievably valuable: experience. Holding on to that experience, keeping it bottled up inside, is like having a treasure chest you never open. What's the point of that? Paying it forward isn't just being nice, it's supercharging the world around you. Think of it like throwing a pebble into a still pond. It creates ripples, right? Your knowledge, your insights, your story. That's the pebble. Share it and watch the positive ripples spread. Maybe your colleague, let's call him Tony, is struggling with a new software system. You mastered it last year. Don't just breeze past his frustration. Offer a hand. Share your tips. Show him the shortcuts you discovered. You were there. Or perhaps your younger brother Mark is facing a career crossroads. Your experience with past decisions, both the good and the oops, are solid gold advice. Don't lecture. Just share your journey. Be a guide, not a judge. The joy of helping others succeed is unmatched. It's like planting a seed and watching it bloom into something beautiful. You played a part in that growth. Plus, teaching solidifies your own understanding. Explaining your lessons to others reinforces what you learned. It becomes cemented in your brain. Don't underestimate the power of small acts. A kind word, a listening ear, a shared insight. These can be life-changing for someone navigating their own personal change. Be the beacon for someone in the storm. Sharing your wisdom doesn't make you less. It makes you more connected, more fulfilled, more impactful. Let's create a tidal wave of positive change, one ripple at a time. So get out there, because the world needs your story. Don't hold back. Shine bright and light the way for others. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, get ready to rumble with positivity. Let's dive into the grand finale, Chapter 15, The Never-Ending Cycle, Embracing Change as a Constant. All right, champions, you've made it this far. You've learned how to navigate unexpected turns, conquer your fears, and step boldly into the unknown. But guess what? This isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a beautiful, ever-evolving journey. Think of life like a river, always flowing, always changing. You can't step into the same river twice, can you? See, we often think of change as something that happens to us, a sudden disruption. But what if we started seeing it as a constant companion? What if we embraced it, not as an enemy to be feared, but as a partner on the path to growth? Remember our friend Alex the carpenter? He didn't just learn to use new tools once. He kept learning new techniques, new materials, new designs. That's how he stayed at the top of his game and enjoyed his work. He understood that the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. Life is always going to throw curveballs. New technologies, new relationships, new challenges. These are the things that keep things interesting. The trick is not to fight it, but to learn to ride the wave. So how do we do that? It's a mindset, my friend. It's about approaching life with these 3 things. 1. An open mind. Be curious. Be willing to learn and explore. Don't shut yourself off from new ideas or perspectives. 2. A grateful heart. Even in the midst of change, there's always something to be grateful for. Focus on the good and appreciate the lessons you're learning. 3. A willingness to grow. This is the big one. Embrace the opportunity to expand your horizons and become the best version of yourself. Every challenge is a chance to learn and grow stronger. The change never truly ends. It's a spiral, not a finish line. We just keep leveling up with every experience. So take a deep breath, remind yourself of everything you've learned, and step forward with confidence in your ability to navigate anything life throws your way. Because you, my friend, are truly ready. Go out there and make your mark on the world, one step at a time, embracing the journey every single day.